name is Missy. I'm a little excited about this reading today because I've wanted to get this particular deck here for a while. It's the Mystic Martian Oracle. So what we're going to do is a pick a card reading. We're going to look at your starseed origins. I want to look at what are your starseed origins, and more specifically beyond that, because I've always been very interested in starseeds. I have to admit I don't know a whole lot about them, which is the reason that I wanted this particular deck. But beyond that, you know, what are the crystals that are best suited for each starseed, right? So I want to ask that question today, which is why we have these two decks here. But more importantly, the reason that I'm doing this introduction is because of this particular deck. I just want to warn you before we get into the reading that this deck here is going to be a little bit explicit. It is called, as you can see, I'm not going to say what the title is. It's nicely bleeped out for me right there on the cover of the book. So as you can tell from the title, you know, it's not going to be for the faint of heart, which is exactly what it says on the back of the deck. But it's an awesome deck. Just give it a chance. If you're okay with some explicit content, give it a chance. So this is the box for that particular deck here, and what it says, in case it's not abundantly obvious, this deck is not for the faint of heart. If you clutch your pearls at the sight of aliens wielding phallic probes, this may not be the deck for you. However, if you possess a cosmic one capable of abducting farmers from their land and love all things ray gun and UFO, this deck will help you embrace your power and delve into your own psyche. So we're going to do a reading today looking at the starseed archetypes from this deck. And I want to ask, you know, not just what the starseed archetype is, and we're going to read from the book to see, it has some explanations in there. But I also kind of want to ask, what are you supposed to do with that? As well as, what are the crystals that are best suited for you? And we're going to do it in a pick a card format for each sign. So you'll see this introduction multiple times if you're watching for your sun, moon, and rising, or if you're cross-watching for other signs. Yeah, I think I've said everything that I need to say, other than these readings are meant to be timeless and general in nature. So if the details for this reading fit for your personality, right? Because your personality or your situation, because that's really what you're looking at here with these archetypes. So like I say, I wanted to explain that I am not an expert on starseeds. That's the reason that I bought this book. I'm learning about it with you watching this video, or maybe you know more than I do about it. Maybe I'm learning about it and just sharing what I'm learning here with you. But I thought we could explore it together. So you know, just take what comes from this reading only if it resonates for you. If it doesn't resonate for you, don't try to push it. Don't try to force it. You'll do more harm than good. And obviously, I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or accountant. So if you have questions concerning that kind of stuff, you really need to see a professional. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Before we get completely into the reading, I want to go ahead and read what it says about starseeds here in the book. Let's see. Okay, so it says, starseeds prior to this or other Earth incarnations have experienced life elsewhere in cosmos other than Earth. Some starseeds have recall activated in their DNA due to Earth's limited recall access biosphere from ancient historical collective trauma. Others have no actual memories at all. All starseeds have an inkling, sensing, or knowing that this incarnation at some point originated and belongs to something somewhere far bigger. Many starseeds have an inner awareness level of consciousness development outside of the predictable mainstream narratives. Starseeds are typically spiritual in nature and have healing energies. Some are very new souls on Earth, while others are very old souls that have experienced many contracted incarnations on Earth to evolve and pass on ancient esoteric wisdoms. The newer souls will be continuing the older souls' work. Different starseeds will naturally resonate towards different aliens and galactic alliances. It is not uncommon for awakening starseeds to have dreams, memories of traveling AT crafts, or experiences of UFO encounters. Starseeds are here now to assist in the transitioning and activation of the collective consciousness on Earth. So, based on what it says there, I'm taking this to mean that, you know, you can belong to one particular starseed family but have interactions from many others. Hello, Capricorn. We're going to go ahead and get some piles ready for you to choose from. But while we're doing that, or I should say before I do that, I want to apologize for the delay in getting these videos out. I had to take a couple days off because I was behind on some other things that I really needed to catch up on. So I'm back and I'm trying to finish these today. Hopefully I will get at least one of them posted today. We have the song So Am I by Ava Max. So we're going to get 3 piles here. Let me go ahead and finish shuffling. We'll get some cards from the Mystic Martian Oracle, and then we'll get some crystals from the Liquid Crystal Oracle. You know, I feel like I need to pull from the top, so that's what we're going to do. Okay. No, I don't want to take it. It wants to come out, but if it comes out in the reading, then it's meant to be. All right. All right. So I'll give you a minute to choose. We have group 1, group 2, and group 3. Hello, group 1. We're going to get your charms at the end of the reading, so we'll go ahead and move that out of the way. So, give me 1 second, because we actually have 2 songs that were, one of them was coming through before I ever started the recording. Hold on 1 second, I have a message coming through right now too. Okay, so basically the first song that we had coming through, I just didn't get a chance to start the video while it was playing, was Keep On Loving You by REO Speedwagon. And now we have Eyes Closed by Halsey. So we have Your Star Family as the Grays, or the Tall Grays, I should say. And we have Chrysoprase with azurite. Look at the colors. And then also when you look at the colors, you see what's actually in. You see the people in those tanks there? If it would focus. So I can't tell if those are humans or not. They kind of look like humans, but they kind of have the same head shape as this dude. So, and I have to be honest about what I'm feeling here. With the two crystals that are coming out, especially this, look at the color combination here. This one is talking about fearless movement. I feel like you are entrapped by this energy here. Now, I don't know why these figures would be in this liquid. I just know that when I see it immediately, and especially when I see the keywords here, fearless movement, as well as focus, right? So, and focus is a very third eye, pineal gland energy with the azurite. This is very much upper chakras. It really feels to me like you are entrapped by this energy, and it's going to take a lot of mental focus in order for you to move away from this. A lot of mental focus and courage, obviously. Because I think really what this is you're probably mentally trapped. I mean, we're going to read what it says about the tall grays. But just looking at the keywords, we have utilitarian, organized, and intimidating. So let's see what it says. Let me put my glasses on. We have the song He Is So, Debbie Harry. Most agree the tall grays come from the Zeta Reticuli star system in the Orion constellation, though some have made suggestions they may come from the Andromedon galaxy, which is even farther away. Others even speculate that they could be a future evolution of the human race returning here, or an alien race from the future that has traveled back in time. They are somewhat similar in appearance to the short gray, only much taller, and some have a slightly more noticeable nose. The tall grays are lanky with elongated, spindly limbs and an ectomorphic body. They can stand anywhere from 6 to 8 feet in height. Like the short grays, some have 4 fingers on each hand, others have 3. They are not overly strong and have awkward bodily movements. Like their cousins, they too have no reproductive organs. The tall grays have also been associated with the abduction phenomena and are usually described as hostile, bitter, and cold. Okay. That's why you have to be fearless when you make a move or you have to be fearless and focused when you make this move to free yourself from this energy, because somebody around you has this hostile bitterness. It says they also largely work under alpha draconian dominance and mind control. Oh, okay, that's what those things are. It's mind control. And many are now clones. Oh, it's cloning, maybe not mind control. Okay, so some blame the tall grays for the unexplained cattle mutilation phenomena. Some tall grays are positioned in scientific MyLab genetic laboratories and secret military negotiation departments. They are telepathic, psychic, and have an intimidating presence. The tall grays operate and function in a utility hive mind, Borg-like culture where individual thought is near non-existent. The card meaning is order, utilitarian, organized, rigid, uniformity, militant, obedient, intimidating, structure, non-approachable. In the reverse, it's approachable, a free spirit, confession, flexible, laissez-faire, non-interference, and allowance. So the whole hive mind aspect, I think this is the reason why you have to stay so focused, like mentally, because if you've been like brainwashed, right? Or like if you're in a situation where everyone believes the same, it's almost like being in a cult is kind of how this feels. It's like you're entrapped by something that is very kind of cult-like, or something like where you're not really allowed to think freely, but you have to be very careful, because I feel like you have to be, you have to conform, right? But you can't even allow even the slightest bit of emotion to show. And I think that's where the focus comes in. But also, it's like this focus is about knowing exactly when to act as well. Because it's when you do act, that's when the fearless movement comes in, right? Like it's not just not just that the opportunity is presented. You have to be able to grasp the opportunity. You have to have the courage to grasp it. Okay, so let's get some more crystals, because not everyone is going to have or be able to work with chrysoprase and azurite. I am going to show the sigils and the chart up close so that you can take a screenshot if you want to, but I got to be honest. They actually, even though it's saying that they go together, they don't feel like they go together. I have to be really honest about how it feels. I feel more like the chrysoprase, and I don't know if I'm saying that correctly or not, but I feel like this needs to be used on its own. It's like this one needs to be it needs to be actually worn. You need to wear this often. And if you don't have any, again, this is where the sigil and the crystal deva come in. So this sigil here, if I can get it to focus, you can draw that sigil anywhere, and that will bring in the energy of chrysoprase, right? Like, let's say you have a grid, you want to create a grid that has this crystal in it, but you don't have any of this crystal. You can draw this little sigil. Now, if you want to bring the deva, the actual crystal deva, being the spirit of the crystal itself, not just the energy, right? The energy is more diluted, the spirit of is more concentrated and powerful, right? So if you want to bring in the spirit of the crystal, which is fearless movement, then you would take a screenshot of this, that's what this is. This is the crystal deva here, or the spirit of. So you would take a screenshot of this. And actually, I don't think I said it in any of the other groups or signs where I explained about the sigils. I just didn't feel called to do it in some of the videos. Some of them I did. Some videos I felt like there were very specific ways to use the crystals. Others I have not. But for this one, this name here, Lenormand. I don't know if I'm saying that correct or not. You can say this name to call in this crystal deva, meaning the spirit of the crystal, to anything, anywhere. You can draw it on your body, the sigil if you want. But I would actually put this on if I was using the actual, if I wanted to call in the spirit of, I would do a crystal grid with this in the center. And then put other, like maybe clear quartz or something around it, something where you're calling in the energy. Now, when it comes to the azurite, it feels like it's like you need to plan something. Maybe it's planning this escape, right? Because it does feel like an escape from a situation where you aren't really allowed to be yourself. And so I feel like when you're planning your escape, it's more than likely going to be something that you do in meditation. It's not going to be something that you write down, especially not if you're in a situation where you're being kind of controlled, right? Where everyone is expected to think and behave a certain way, and you're not allowed to deviate from that or even show the slightest bit of emotion around it that somebody might take the wrong way. That means everything that you do, all of the planning that you do, is going to be mental or in meditation. You're going to want to hold a piece of azurite in your right hand when you do that. Well, your dominant hand, unless you, if you're somebody who automatic writing, you do automatic writing, then you'll definitely want to hold the azurite in your receptive hand. But if you don't, if you're not using your dominant hand for anything in meditation, then you want to be holding that azurite in your dominant hand, because this is the energy that you want to manifest, is the energy of focus, or the energy of the azurite, the focus, so that you can plan something wisely and intuitively. So anyway, let's see what other crystals you can use if you don't have these. Let me show a close-up of this one here, just in case. And then here is the sigil. We have the song Feel Like Making Love by Bad Company. And it is exactly 1:55 p.m. So that's an angel number that you might want to look up. All about new beginnings, like a lot of big changes and new beginnings. But you might want to look that up. There's one more in there. I'm just not sure which one yet. It's in there though, I can feel it. Interesting that it's opal, and look at the colors for that azurite. And another thing too, you know, opal is one of my all-time favorite stones, right? The reason being is because it connects to all of your chakras. Like it'll connect and amplify every chakra. But it's also because of that, what it does, that you have to be very careful when using it. And so I feel like what it's saying with it coming out, it's not saying that you have to be careful when you use it. I think this is more of that confirmation when it comes to this, you know, being very careful about your own emotions and not letting them show. We have celestial quartz on the bottom, which is angelic truth, but now we've got, look at more green, malachite and carnelian. So we've got clearing energy with the malachite and creative and sacral chakra energy with the carnelian. So again, and I actually feel like it's these two that go together. But this is separate here, the chrysoprase. Like you could probably use the malachite and the azurite. Well, in fact, I have a piece of it somewhere, and it's in here. No, or is that? Yeah, I think this is the one. You can barely see the azurite in it, but you can get it. Maybe this is something that you could carry. Excuse me for a second. Okay, so I'm back. I had a phone call and I don't remember what it was that I was saying. Probably wasn't all that important anyway. Let's go ahead and move on to some tarot to see how you're meant to use this energy. I remember now, it was about the malachite azurite combination. You can get it together in combination because I do have one. But the one that you want, I actually have two now that I think about it, because I have a tiny one that is more malachite than anything. And so if you want to, like once you get free of this energy, I do actually, now that I'm looking at the way that it's set up, I was wondering kind of why I felt the need to set it up this way as well. It does kind of feel like the steps, right? The first step here would start with the chrysoprase, like you would wear that by itself. And that is to help you with your courage and getting free from this situation that you feel entrapped by. And then once you get free, you use the azurite malachite mixture. But I would say, like, if you can get two different pieces, right? Like once you put them together, you can see the malachite in this azurite here, but you can see this one has more malachite than anything. It has only just little tiny bits of the azurite. This one is more azurite than anything, but it has little bits of malachite with it. And I use them for different purposes because they have different energies. So this one here is very much heart chakra, like nurturing, divine feminine energy with the malachite. It's a very healing stone. And then this one here, and so this one I would use like in meditation, right? I would just kind of hold on to it or carry it with me, especially if I'm, if I need some, like, if I'm doing shadow work and I need a little bit of extra something or other for my heart chakra, right? To make me feel a little bit more held is the best way that I can explain how this feels. Plus the color, look at it, it's just so beautiful, the color of it. But that could be me, I'm a Taurus, so we love our green stuff. But anyway, so this one here is one that I like to use when I used to do live videos on Facebook doing these readings. And this is one that I would hold on in my hand right here I would rub it with my thumb while I was channeling, right? And so, or like when I'm praying, especially because I pray before I go into these readings. And so I like to hold this in my right hand, and then I have a piece of selenite that I would put in my left hand, but I don't think I have it here. I haven't actually done that in a while because I haven't done a live reading in a while, but anyway, you can get them in different forms, or one being more prevalent than the other, and just use them for different purposes. Or if you only have one piece that's mixed, you could still use it for different purposes. It's still the same thing, but this is what they look like. So this would be like step 2, right? Well, really, when you're planning, because we already spoke about that. Like if you're in meditation and you have to really, especially if you have to keep your emotions hidden, this malachite is really good for. as well, in my opinion, because it feels like a hug, like you're being supported and nurtured, right? Especially through all of this heavy energy. We have the song hold on, A-OK by the Verdes, or no, Ty Verdes. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, Ty Verdes. Anyway, so if you're in meditation, you can use these to help you plan, but also when you're trying to heal after you've gotten free, when you're trying to heal, but before you get to this here, because here's where this all of this gets really important, right? Like this is where you finally get the ability to think for yourself and to create your own world, create your own life, create whatever it is that you want. And I love the way the orange is coming through with all of the purples and like teal colors here. So, and really when you look at these two, it's like corresponds very good, very well with this color here in the center, because that's what these two colors together kind of create, right? Anyway, so when you're creating, right, like you need to be very careful about keeping your emotions balanced when you're creating. Especially if you're going to wear opal. Don't wear a piece of opal if you're angry or if you're not feeling well. You definitely don't want to do that. All right, so let's get some tarot to see how you're meant to use this energy. One more shuffle. Oh. Okay, so now we have the Justice card on the bottom of the deck, but it is the number 8. Notice the I can never remember what these are called, but it's a music symbol here. And we have the song, hold on. Ghost of Mine. Okay. You see the snake has been, well, it's not really pierced by the sword, but it looks very much like his tail has been pierced, like he's kind of skewered in place or something, like trapped in place maybe. And I feel like that's the Justice. It's giving 8 of Swords vibes to me, the bottom of the deck. Now everything on the bottom of the deck is the energy. It's what led you up to this moment, everything that's happened prior to you coming to watch this reading here. Look at, you go from the 8 in the major arcana 8 to the 9, and then we've got the Knight of Swords with the Knight, or the Page of Pentacles. Okay, hold on. The 7 of Pentacles, and then Justice. Hold on. So I think you have information on someone that literally stops them from It's like something, I hate to say it this way, it's like it's something that you know that prevents them from stopping you from like leaving, doing your own thing, something like that, right? I think that's what this sword is. It's either something that you've said, some information that you have, something. Now we have, it's like the letter S is coming through for me. You know how, like when we were kids, we used to draw that letter S? That's kind of what that's looking like to me. You know that blocky letter S? I know those who didn't know exactly what I'm talking about. That's kind of what that feels like to me, but it's actually a musical note. Both of them are musical notes. Music can be, you could be, it literally, you could be, music could be your thing, and you feel trapped by maybe a contract or something, a group that you belong to in some way. Like you can't really be as creative as you want to be. And I think you know something. You're trying to decide whether or not you should tell someone else what you know, right? Because you know they're going to be unhappy. Look at their posture and the way they look. It's interesting to me, right? Like, so we have this road here, and it's an ascension. The road, you see how it goes all the way up, up, up. And we have a card of ascension here, but in between, look at the Seven of Pentacles. They're all in these Jack-in-the-Boxes. But that's literally what happens with the ascension in the awakening card. Like they're awakened from their slumber or from their graves, from their coffins. So it's almost like a double down of the imagery. It's saying just be patient, just be patient, just be patient. The time is coming, but be patient for what? I'm not sure. I think maybe your ascension or something. Look at like you're tired. I'm tired of fighting, and here's that sword again. I'm tired of having to defend myself. This sword here, that's her right there. Shoot, this is all because it's on the bottom of the deck. The energy of the past, you having to defend yourself. I'm tired of defending myself. Well, finally, you've been able to stop someone in your tracks by something that you know, I think. Okay, hold on. I got totally lost in all of this, and I really shouldn't have, because look at, we've got these cards here, but you know, it is what it is. There's a reason that I was meant to read that. We have the song Take It Easy by the Eagles. All right, so we have the Three of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles. I love that Nine of Pentacles, Batgirl energy. And then, oh, the Five of Swords. Very interesting, because I almost switched them around. These two here. Had I switched them around, this would have been a very different reading. Very different. However, I did not. I left it the way that it was, and I think it was that meant to be that way for a reason. I think, and here's the thing, I just have to read it the way it feels. It's like you can make the reading this way if you want. You absolutely can. 1000%. It's just totally going to depend upon how willing you are to do all of the work, especially this work here, right? Because I think you really want to get out of this energy over here, but you're like, how do I do that? You could do it in a way that is very wise and would make you very successful and independent, right? She's giving Catwoman or Batgirl vibes to me, more Catwoman than anything. But the Nine of Pentacles is very successful, independent, wealthy energy. So if you make, like if you do the work completely, plan things out, and then do the healing afterwards, like the clearing, I should say, that needs to be done. We have the song Gangster, or Gangsta by Kalani. And it's 220, so 220. It's about partnerships and new beginnings, starting over. Also with the awakening, we already saw it coming through over here with the these two cards here, the Judgment and the Seven of Pentacles, talking about just be patient. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. So you have it there, but you also have that with the time as being 2:20 p.m. with this song coming through. But anyway, so if you really do the clearing, the work, whatever, like you can be very successful and independent, but it actually came out this way. I don't know why, and so I'm going to read it this way. Maybe this is a warning for you, right? But even when I put it this way, look at the colors. It's just confirming for me with these colors here how important this is here even more. Okay, so now let me explain this, right? We start in this row with the Three of Cups, and you can see she's, it's a party of one, when really the Three of Cups is typically celebrating with your friends, or good times with your friends, or going out to party with your friends. Well, those are her pets. Those are not people like her. So this is a party of one. This is also single, independent energy. Again, another party of one. But she's very wealthy, you know, very successful. She's traveling the world. Look at all these, the tall buildings, the road. Like, she's been everywhere. She's seen everything. She's like a superhero, like Catwoman, right? And then, boom, all of a sudden she's awkward. And I have to be honest, I know it's not focusing yet, but this, whatever this is on her head, they're showing it to me like a dunce cap. It has to do with making a decision that's not very smart. Come on, focus. Come on. It's like it's more focused on my hands. There we go. What is that on her head? It's some sort of hat, and she's got three faces there also. And then look at the birds everywhere. So there's like, I don't know, there's like, and she just looks so awkward. Even though the Five of Swords is a card of defeat, I think this girl is the victor. Everybody else is walking away, but at what cost? She's winning at what cost? Ignore my thing right there. My birdie decided to take a chunk out of me. Speaking of birds, look at the way that they look like they're attacking or something, right? So birds are always messengers, right? Communication words. So it could be that maybe you say or do something that, I don't know, maybe cost you. You're going to have to be very careful. That could be the reason that they're asking you to really be careful about clearing this energy here, because if you don't clear it completely, like I say, I think there's going to be a major misstep. They're showing me a dunce cap on top of her head, and then there's people walking away from you where maybe they were previously supporting you, or even previously fighting at your side or something. Typically the Five of Swords is a card of defeat, where one person wins, and it's because for them it's more important that winning at all cost is what's most important. They'll do whatever it takes to win. Winning is what's most important. It's not about the journey. It's not about all of this good stuff here, right? It's about winning, winning, winning. And then here, but she's like, look at how awkward she is. She looks like she's gonna cut her leg off with that sword, like she doesn't even know how to hold it properly. We have the song Stricken, Disturbed. So again, this is 1000% in your control. You can You can turn it this way. You can make the outcome this way if you do the proper healing. And I'm actually going to leave it that way because that's what I want you to do. I'm hoping that that's what you do. I hope you leave all of this right here behind. So let's get our very racy, questionable deck out. I'm surprised that some of the more racy cards haven't actually come out in any of the readings yet. I think after this one I've only got 2 signs left to do, which means a total of, well, I have 2 groups left in Capricorn's reading, but I also have to record Aquarius and Pisces, so 8 more readings total that I have to record, and we'll see if any of the really racy cards come out of this deck. But so far, you know, 3 readings for each sign, and I've done 10 signs, so that's 30 readings, and the most racy cards. Well, actually, though, there've been a couple. I don't know. I think the deck is awesome. Some people might not like it. Oh, very clearly those wanted to come out, and that one, I think. We have the 3 of ray guns, which is basically the 3 of swords. Dude, I literally heard nipple piercing. I don't know, somebody might have a nipple piercing. Okay, so we have the 7 of probes, the 6 of ray guns, and then the chariot. So 7, 6, 7 are these numbers right here. And the 7 of probes looks very angry. And I gotta be honest, that's basically what's gonna happen to this dude in the chariot once he's beamed up into this spacecraft. They're gonna probe him, okay? Maybe that's why he's angry. I don't know. Take it however it resonates. Angry, defensive, and I think someone, it's like you're angry, you're defensive, you're angry about something, and I gotta be honest, the way that I'm really seeing this, it's like you're really angry, you're defensive, you might even be saying something to other people about this anger that you have, and so that's going to cause someone to go out and find the person or the thing that causes the problem and brings it back to you. I'm not exactly sure what this is leading to yet, but that's literally what it looks like to me. Because, like, look, you're saying whatever you're saying, here's somebody leaving the situation, here they come right back. Although it is a different driver, but still. And look, we've got the 6 of discs with judgment. And this is like, it's literally like recognition. The 6 of discs is like recognition, not really recognition, I don't know why I'm saying recognition, although, you know, take it however it resonates. But the 6 of discs is actually about reciprocity, not recognition. Like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, or like I take care of this and you take care of that over there. There's like an equal distribution of energy or duties or something, right? Responsibility, something. And then with the judgment, it's like, well, the judgment could be the recognition over that, right? But I think the judgment is more like, wait, hold on. This is judgment again. Judgment again. I just realized again. So that's 4 times now that the judgment has come up. This is literally your awakening, but somebody else's awakening. I think maybe multiple people. You're helping multiple people to awaken. Maybe even through music in some way. I think music is definitely attached to this. We have the song Sail Away, Love the band, or lovely the band. So how are you meant to use this? To be honest, I think you're just meant to use this for your creativity, whether that includes music or not. You have a lot of sixes here. Judgment has come up so many times. Let me see how many sixes. I know we have 2 6s and 2 7s at least. Nope, 9 5 3. Okay. So 2 6s, 2 7s, 2 3s, and 4 2s. I think you're not meant to do anything more than go and see the world, allow your creativity to shine. You might be waking other people up in some way. But I do think, like, I don't know, there's this energy here if someone leaves, like someone is saying something, they're angry, and another person brings them back for judgment or for something. Bringing them back to face judgment. They have to face all of these people over here. But beyond that, there's something about awakening these people that are here as well. So whether that is that once you escape, somebody tries to make you come back, right? Or they try to drag you back in, especially if it's a family situation. Like you might angrily leave, and then here you go, and then because this is a different driver, like maybe you defending yourself, you angrily leave, and then someone goes off and is like, "Nuh-uh, get your butt back out over here and face the music, face this." Look at three more threes. Wow, 4 3s. Oh my God, and another 6. Okay, but this one is the one of recognition. I knew there was recognition involved in this, and then, okay, oh my God, this is one of the more racy ones, and another 3. Oh my God, okay, hold on. We're going to get to all of this, but this is one of the more racy ones. And it's coming right after the recognition. So let me break this down. Hold on. Okay. And then we had the World card. All right. So we've got all these 3s coming through. So it's about cooperation and collaboration. Maybe you're already cooperating or collaborating with somebody and you want to kind of get out of it and you can't because you're like in a contract or something. And so you try to take off and they make you come back and face the music. Ooh, the music again, make you come back and face the music. I don't know, there's something about music as well coming through, but again, also facing the music. Look, Caught Up in the Rapture, Anita Baker, and it was 233 when I saw that, so more 3s, but facing the music, that was coming out in the Justice card with all of the music there. So again, facing the consequences of something, whether that's you or someone else. I think somebody's going to be facing the consequences of their actions. They're going to be like brought to justice or brought before, like they're meant to face the judgment of some group or something, right? Based on that. But beyond that, we've got all of this cooperation and collaboration coming in. So this is the pain, right? It could be 3 people, 3 things that are involved or something that are contributing to the pain in some way, right? So it's like it's put your abundance on pause, but in a way, like not in a way, if for a fact, you have done this purposely. That's what the Hanged Man is about. He purposely hangs himself from the tree. It's a sacrifice that Odin makes for wisdom, He sacrifices his eye for wisdom, but he hangs himself from the tree to gain knowledge. So to gain a new perspective, to see the other side. That's where his abundance comes in. But then look at all of these threes. It's all about it's like working together. So if there were 3 people that were causing pain, there's going to be at least 3 people working together to correct the pain, right? So 3 is coming through very strongly. We have it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 5, 6 times, right? Yep, 6 times here. But beyond that, I think there's something like all of like doing this, being able to hold yourself back in some way, being patient, putting yourself on hold, whatever, this waiting, right? Or maybe you've already been able to see the other side, and you've that's why you've held yourself back. And there's something about holding yourself back that's very abundant for you, and you're being recognized for that. But I think, like, I gotta be really honest, okay? These 2 cards are kind of explicit, right? Like, they're kind of explicit. I don't think I need to really like paint the picture. I just point a little bit, but you start with this one. She's got all these probes on her head. That's her crown, okay? She's crowned. In other words, this is basically the Queen of Wands, and one thing about the Queen of Wands is that she is very attractive. It's the card of Leo. She's in the spotlight. She gets a lot of attention. She's very attractive. As we can see from the illustration on this card, you're getting a lot of attention, number 1. I think that's that's definitely the reason you've got so many 3s coming through, so many people wanting to help you. But I don't think it's simply because you're attractive. It's also about this energy right here. You have Venus with the Empress coming through, divine feminine energy, very nurturing, compassionate, loving energy, especially when you talk about, holding yourself back, because that's what the energy is of the Hanged Man. Something about holding yourself back is very abundant. It's the reason I think that you're going to have a successful conclusion to whatever this is, but it's the reason that there's so many 3s, so much willingness to cooperate and work together. We have the song Bad Liar by Imagine Dragons. So underneath all of this, more 6s and stuff. Oh, there's the Justice card. Hold on. We have Justice twice. Hold on, where's the other Justice? I swear there was another one. Oh no, it's Justice in this one that's number 8. Okay, so the Justice comes through right here again. Okay, so be patient. The Page of Specimens is like an offer, but I think it's like a, the offer, it's a heavy offer or a loaded offer. That's what I want to say. It's a loaded offer. There's something about an offer. Be patient. There's an offer coming, but it's a loaded, somebody's very proud of the offer as well. They feel it's a very good offer, but it's also very loaded. There's a burden or something attached to it. But then look at, you've got these 2 major arcana. So even though this is like a loaded, heavy offer, there's a lot of work attached to this offer. I think it's probably very positive. Just because we're ending with a 6 and a 2 again. So 6 is the number of Venus, the number of love, also the number of money, and 2 is the number of support, companionship, all of that. So how are you meant to use this? Other than like music and your own personal freedom and possibly waking other people up to like the truth of this energy here, I think maybe you're kind of free to do really whatever you want with it, but we're going to see what you need to be aware of over the next month regarding this energy. Regardless, let's look at that right now. All right. So you don't really have anything in the center except for this particular charm here that's coming out over the second and third houses that it talks about. First of all, we have the song Bad Company by Bad Company. But this one here, it says, do as you would be done by, almost too simple, yet all you need to get by. And so the second house is the house of your values, like those, your own personal values. And in connection with the third house, it's telling me how you communicate your own personal values. They're asking you to give others the same respect, or the same due respect that you would like to be given, right? Treat others as you would like to be treated. Especially like, because that's what brings you support. And we have another 20, so another like awakening or judgment. It's in the upright, so it's abundance coming in the form of, like, I think a judgment. I think there's going to be a judgment or something on your behalf, or something that goes in your favor, number one. But also it came out with the rose quartz and the crescent moon. So it's a very emotional, like, it makes you very happy and joyful. Like, it's a heartfelt or heart-centered something, either awakening, judgment, something, support, something abundant coming in regarding that. Also regarding how you treat other people, how you talk to other people, as well as the letter D. So could be a person, place, or thing that you're talking to or about. Take it however it resonates. With the fourth house, which is your house, like your actual house that you live in, but it can also be your home and your family, your early childhood. You have the malachite has your right, and the letter L. So person, place, or thing that's attached to it. Maybe there's some healing needed around that when it comes to home or family, or healing coming in with that, again, person, place, or thing. So to the seventh house, which is your partnerships, so that can be business or marriage, anyone that you are, you know, promised to or responsible for, or anyone that you have a contract with. And then we have the letters T and E, so person, place, or thing that's going to be important to that area of your life. Now over the 8th and 9th houses, so the 8th house is joint resources, what you inherit from your family. It's also like deep introspection and excuse me. Sexual issues can be found here as well, and death and endings. But in connection to the 9th house, and this particular charm is falling in both. And it was upside down. At least I think it was. I remember it being upside down. Excuse me. I don't know why I have a tickle in my throat and I can't. It's like I can't talk right now as I'm trying to explain this part. Excuse me. Whew. So in connection to the 9th house, right? The 9th house can be about travel. And this says no matter where. I feel like it's saying, like, you have support, or you might even have family who can support you when you're traveling, especially if you need to travel for something, right? Like, there's support, like, no matter where you go, you either have friends or family who can support you. Maybe you have a very large family. Maybe you even have family that live in other states or other countries that can help support you. So in the 10th house, we have the dog and a piece of clear quartz. So dogs are all about loyalty and friendship, right? And the clear quartz is a master healer. So the 10th house is your house of career, but it's also your reputation. I think you need to get very clear about where your loyalties lie. We already kind of saw it with the cards, and you know, the very first with the star family, this need to break free or move away from them. You need to get very, very clear about where your loyalties lie. So we have Scorpio coming out over the 11th house, which is owned by Scorpio in a Capricorn ascendant chart, right? So you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Remember, we do have the energy over here of no matter where coming in Scorpio's house, like Scorpio in a blank chart. Scorpio owns the 8th house, or he rules over the 8th house. It's his house, right? So that's a little bit of a confirmation, because this is the 11th house, and we have this right here where we're talking about maybe you have family who live far away that can support you, where this is saying no matter where. So in the 11th house, that concept is coming through again, where this is like your extended circle, or your larger social network, not the people that are your friends and neighbors or the people that live to you but with you, but these are the people that, like, your extended family, the people that are friends from work, or like even on the internet, people that you have never met in person but you consider friends. There's something about transformation. All of that it's coming through twice now. So I really think you could probably be dealing with a Scorpio, but it doesn't have to be. I just think that maybe there's a Scorpio who's willing to help you or support you in some way, probably in ways that you don't even see coming. And it could be because Scorpio was so good at like deep introspection and psychoanalysis, and you do have the microscope here with the sun that's upside down. And so anytime there's a charm upside down, I see that as either something that you're ignoring, something that you just don't see coming, or maybe it's already in your vicinity, you just haven't noticed it yet. It's not that you're ignoring it, you just haven't noticed it yet. So it's like maybe there's a Scorpio who can really help you with that. So we're going to end it with the song Clarity. There you go. Clarity by Vance Joy. That's what this sun is all about. There's probably a Scorpio that can help you find some clarity that you didn't, especially because this is in your blind spot. It's something that either you really don't see it, you're ignoring it, something. All right, so I hope that resonates. If it does not, please watch for your sun, moon, or rising. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything that you can to help me, because it really does help me, and I thank you very much for watching. Hello, group 2. We're going to get excuse me, I got to get myself situated. We're going to get to your charms at the end of the reading. Give me 1 second to get situated. Trying to finish the rest of these readings. I've only got the rest of your groups and then Aquarius and Pisces to go. Trying to hurry, and I'm getting myself a little bit discombobulated. I think this might be the first time that the Lyrans came out. Don't quote me on that. If you watched any of the other signs and you saw it come out, but I don't remember it coming out. I love the way the crystals are really playing off the coloring too. It feels very metallic to me. Like, I'm surprised silver isn't out here, but we are going to try to get some more crystals. First, I want to read what it says about the Lyrans. Yeah, interesting. It says strength, courage, bravery. We have calm expression, and then we have true self-reflection. So this is about, well, first of all, the Lyrans, this is cat energy. So we're talking like maybe you have Leo somewhere in your chart, or this could be something where you're going to have to stand out or be a leader in some way with this energy. Like I said, I don't remember the Lyrans coming out yet, but I feel very much like Like literally, I feel like there's like you're like you teach. Let's read what it says in the book about the Lyrans. Also, we have the song For the Night, Pop Smoke. It says, the feline Lyrans are sometimes referred to as lion people or cat people. The Lyran civilization originates from the North Lyra constellation, which also contains Vega. The Lyran genotype was often the dominant original mother genotype used in ancient starseed projects of cosmos, as they are one of the oldest bloodlines in the Milky Way galaxy. Many ETs within the Milky Way galaxy are ancestrally related to the ancient Lyrans. They usually stand 6 to 10 feet tall and are solid to muscular in build. Their complexions vary anywhere from light golden amber to darker chocolate brown hues. Some Lyrans have strawberry blonde to vibrant ginger red hair. The darker Lyrans have dark to black hair. Lyran flesh is covered in a light, soft type of fuzz, but not actual fur. They have feline-type eyes and slightly pointed ears set higher on their heads. The Lyrans have battled many bloody cosmic wars in the past with the Orion, Alpha Draconian, and Reptilian empires. Lyrans live a harmonious lifestyle and practice careful biodiversity of their ecosystem. Prior to the Egyptian pyramids ever being built, the ancient Egyptian Sphinx was built by the Lyrans and other visitors of the time during the Leo 2000-year constellation time phase of the precession of the equinoxes. Lyrans do not suffer fools gladly and are an honest, open, bold, and proud race. They are known to be combative and fiery for matters they value dearly, while also being warm and affectionate. It is said the Lyrans have one of the most extensive collections of ancient cosmic history in our galaxy. Today they are mostly considered a retired, honorable race and hold great prestige in galactic councils. The card meaning is strength, courage, bravery, defiance, proud, bold, affectionate, library, respect, honor, ancestors, and in the reverse position it's cold, cruel, closed, weak, and cowardly. Probably the reason the blue lace agate is here, but I want to actually get some more crystals because not everyone is going to want to work with blue lace agate and obsidian, although I gotta say these two crystals together would be so beautiful in jewelry, especially set in silver. Like, oh, I can just see it. It would be so beautiful. Especially because, you know, obsidian, it's a protective stone. That's how you get the true self-reflection from it, because the way that it protects you is by sending lower vibrational energy back to its source. It reflects that energy away from you so that you can radiate your true emotions, your true personality. You know, obsidian is a great protection stone for empaths. And by using that and keeping yourself calm, by keeping the lower vibrational energies that don't belong to you away from you, that helps you to express yourself in a calm way, right? We have the song Unthinkable by Alicia Keys. So let's see, what else? Like there's very like leadership, especially because of the it feels like he's an astronaut or something. Just the way that it's. I mean, I know he's a starseed, but just the way that all of this is set up, it feels like he's the one running the ship or navigating the ship or something. But he's also teaching. He's a teacher. He's very wise. And that's the reason that you need to be calm in your expression. So look at, now we have gold, the solar angel, which is very interesting because I was feeling silver all the way. But this is very masculine energy, and I got to be honest, I was feeling masculine energy from this card, not just because of the imagery that was there. It has to do with the crystals that came through. The energy felt masculine to me, and gold is solar plexus. So let's see what our other crystals are. If you can't or don't want to use blue lace agate with obsidian, we actually have 4 of them here. Oh, look at the sapphire. Look at that gorgeous color. Oh, that would be so beautiful. And look at the way it fits in with this here too. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Look at more gold color with the zircon. And the blue is coming through as well. And I gotta be honest, like, you could literally mix all of these together, although it might make for a busy piece of jewelry, but still maybe in separate pieces or something. But look at iolite. And then we have garnet. So these two feel very balancing to me, especially because, well, first of all, garnet is a very masculine stone again. So we do have a lot of masculine energy coming through. Maybe you're a masculine. But I feel like with these two here, this is a very grounding crystal, but also it's great for manifestation, like it says. Manifestation of purpose. But it's like garnet is one of those crystals that people would use if they have a business, right? I love the colors in this card. So you can draw that, if you don't have any, you can draw that sigil anywhere to be able to call in the energy of the crystal. But if you would like to call in the actual crystal deva, or the spirit of the crystal, you would use the whole image. You would want to take a screenshot there. And I do feel that it's important to use these two together. Like if you're presenting, you're standing up, and like if you are, especially like if you're a professor, or you stand up in front of a classroom, you're a teacher or something like that, and you're presenting, you want these two to keep yourself in balance. If I could get them to focus. Come on. So you can get a good picture. Come on. I hate this camera. I think that's the best I'm going to get. Oh, there we go. Okay, so anyway, like you would want to carry these two, or maybe wear jewelry with iolite and garnet. I don't know. I mean, you could put it together. I don't think it would look all that great, but that's up to you. Maybe wear 2 different pieces, one on, like if they're rings or something. I don't know, the iolite needs to be up higher. If you're a masculine, I guess you could wear an iolite pendant and a garnet ring, because it feels like this needs to be with your root. You want this at your third eye. But like, those would be gorgeous. Or even just those there. Okay, so we're gonna get some tarot cards to see how you're meant to use this energy. I think we kind of already know, but I don't know if I mentioned the keyword on sapphire is spiritual truth, and the keywords on zircon are life changes. So it's like you're manifesting your own spiritual truth to bring changes for something in some way, right? Like, and we already kind of saw that here, where it's talking about being able to keep yourself, like keep other people's lower vibrational energies out of your energy field so that you can stay calm while you're trying to express whatever it is that you're trying to teach others. And whatever it is that you're trying to teach others, it looks like it's some sort of personal, like something either you've created, something, maybe your own personal vision, right, for some sort of change that you would like to see happen in the world. But let's go ahead and ask the tarot cards anyway. I don't know if I mentioned Keep Their Heads Ringing, Dr. Dre. You might want to Google those lyrics. Especially because it keeps going ding, ding, dong, ding-a-ding, dong. I don't know if those are the words or not. That's what it sounds like to me. Like as I'm saying all of this, it's like ding, ding, dong. Like it's saying yes to me in a way. So I don't know. We'll see. I can get all of these videos recorded today before it gets dark. There's something about this sapphire and the blue lace agate together that I just really like the way the energy feels to me. These two cards. I don't know if it's the colors or what. I just really, really like it. And I bet it, I don't know about sapphire is kind of a dark stone. Like in most people, if they're going to get sapphire jewelry, they're going to want a quality stone, but you don't have to get anything. Like you could get a star sapphire and put it with a piece of obsidian and a piece of blue lace agate, and I think it would be really pretty, especially if it was a really gemmy piece of blue lace agate. Or even if it was like a deep dark blue sapphire. Oh, hold on. Well, I think I was trying to avoid taking both of them, but I think we kind of have to. It wasn't really giving me a choice the way they were sitting there. So look at, now you've got the Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Are you bored? That's really what the Four of Cups is about, but look at, she's like fishing for something. What is she fishing for? And it's interesting too because I'm talking about she's using her cup as bait. Ooh. Or maybe what is she doing? Is she pouring the drink from one cup? What is she doing? Anyway, it looks like she's fishing, but maybe the cup is spilling from one right here down into this other one down here. Like she's just kind of playing around, moving stuff around. But what's funny to me is as we're talking about being bored, oh, hold on, there was a card underneath that. We have the song Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, and it's talking about like having the time of your life, like, anyway. So if you look at this, like there's this boredom and you can see this fishing going on with this fishing line, and then look, you've got the Fool with these lines like a marionette. And then we've got the Three of Cups. It's like a party of one, and she doesn't look all that happy. So I think, yeah, look at more energy of what looks like strings holding people, and that comes after the Ace of Pentacles. Like, I don't know, I think you feel like a puppet on a string, or maybe this goes back to this energy of needing to clear other people's toxic energy out of yours. But maybe you feel as if your creativity, like you can't really say what you want to say. Especially if you're like, if you're a teacher at a school and you're watching me, you probably definitely can't be talking about starseeds and things, right? Oh my God, there's a bunch of cards that came out. Hold on, how many are here? Okay, there's only two here. So we have the Three of Swords. Look at, she's stabbing herself in the heart. she's even pointing right at it. She's got X marks the spot. She's like, get me right here. Hit me right here. Just make me feel it. Make it hurt. Sorry, but that's just the way it feels. Look at, and it has to do with some sort of trauma that's been hidden away that keeps popping back up at the most inopportune time. Oh, but it's family trauma. Probably like I think this is probably you as you're watching your parents either party or do something, right? Oh, with the Ace of Cups. So there's something about drinking, I think, maybe. And I don't even know why this is coming through, because really my question is, how are you meant to use this energy? But there's something about drinking or something, childhood wounds, childhood trauma, where you keep hurting yourself, or you keep like showing people exactly how to hurt you. We have the song, How Did You Love by Shine Down. Hold on. Maybe you're meant to heal this childhood trauma. Look at, now we've got the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Like, was there something about you, maybe either your parents weren't very attentive, maybe they, maybe you felt like you were abandoned, you had to take care of yourself, something about your like childhood trauma, watching your parents party and have a good time. Because this right here, she looks like, I actually kind of get a little bit of like Addams Family vibes from her a little bit, or not, maybe not so much Addams Family as like even the Munsters a little bit. I don't know why, it's just coming through that way, where everything looks really good on the outside, but like everybody's happy on the outside and it looks really good on the outside, but there's something about you feeling abandoned and wishing somebody would come in and save you with these two cards here. It's like begging your, and I can't even say knight in shining armor, because this is really the Knight of Wands, which is unreliable energy that's always in and out, and there are two people on this horse, and this person here is remembering this energy, and you've got somebody going, please, please, right? Like please come back for me, please save me, please something, you know. I need something, because Nine of Swords is all about depression and anxiety and fear and all that kind of stuff, right? And again, I'm not exactly sure how you're meant to use this energy in connection with this, unless you're teaching people how to overcome all of this. Like maybe there's an Alcoholics Anonymous kind of thing going on, or I don't know. Like maybe you're a mentor with this energy. But there's kind of a hippie vibe coming through. I gotta be really honest. It's like this hippie vibe of like, I'm so loving, I'm so compassionate, or like, I don't know, there's something about a hippie vibe, but it's unreliable. Something is unreliable. And I hope I don't offend anyone when I say hippie. I know that, well, somebody recently told me that might be offensive, and I really don't mean to offend anybody. I just mean to refer to a, you know, that's what the counterculture was back then, the free love, you know, make love, not war kind of culture, right? From the 60s. And I guess a little bit in the 70s. It had to do with like the Vietnam War, but there's something about feeling abandoned, maybe even a little bit trampled on, feeling like you've been trampled on, especially when it comes to like love or emotional issues or family issues. I'm going to take out our questionable racy deck to see what else they want to say. Only because I got to be really honest. other than teaching or mentoring in some way, maybe Alcoholics Anonymous or something. This here isn't giving me a whole lot as to how you're meant to use this energy beyond, I would say, healing. Obviously, this would need to be healed if you are hurting yourself purposely or showing others how to hurt you because you have these abandonment issues. It's almost like you're daring people, right? Make it hurt. If you're going to hit me good, make it hurt, make it count, something. That's what she's saying. Make sure you get me like dead on right here. X marks the spot. Don't miss, or you should, like, you shouldn't be able to miss. How can you miss, right? Something to that effect where you're expecting it, you almost want the pain. And we have the song Consequence by Incubus. Look, 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Remember what I said about that? And even with this kind of it reminds me of like my childhood, the early 70s, right? Just the imagery there. So again, I knew it was that was like the energy that's coming through. There's something about this sort of like wandering. Look at, now we've got the Lovers. So I knew there's something about like fear, or something about fear of abandonment and love. Look at, you've got the Ace of Probes now. Passion, a new start, but you're defensive. Here's the probe that's in his hand. He's using it to beat back all the other people. Yeah, because he feels trapped. Oh, trapped in his head, trapped in all of this. Look at, trapped in all of this. But this one is the sad version. Look at their eyes. This one is the sort of like, ooh la la, sexy version. Look at their eyes and their mouths. They're getting ready to kiss, right? Big difference between the two. Let's see what else comes out. I feel like something else wants to come out. Oh, that one right there. Oh, that one's way too many, but okay. Actually, hold on. I feel like we need that Queen of Discs. Okay. Look at what's on the bottom, the 8 of ray guns. You feel trapped. Didn't we kind of already say that with all of this energy, with all of the strings? Even that, she's kind of tied up in this hammock here. And then here are all of the strings that are holding everybody up. Okay, and now we have the song Fuck You by Kaylee Morg. And it's really, it says he called me a hothead, then he set me on fire. He says that it's my fault, but he's a liar. Yeah, it's talking about, so if this is you, this Queen of Discs, that could be like an earth sign, like maybe you have earth energy in your chart, but it's talking about like moving on to better things is how you find your abundance, or how you find your security, or something. There's something to that effect. Hold on one second. Someone just came to my door. Okay, I'm back. All right, so from here, what we're going to do is move on to the charms to see what it is that you need to be aware of over the next month regarding this energy. I was not expecting this relationship energy to come through at all. I'm actually kind of surprised by it, but it just was determined to come through. All right. Now we have the song Devil Doesn't Bargain, Alec Benjamin. So you really need to say something to somebody with these two crystals coming out. And we have the ice rune, or Isa, and then a piece of rose quartz. So literally the rose quartz in the center with the blue apatite is saying the best way to take care of yourself, to heal yourself, is to speak up. Say whatever it is that you need to say. Probably it's to a person, place, or thing with the letters T, Z, because that's coming out over the 5th and 6th houses. So the 5th house is the house of children. It's creative pursuits, your romantic interests, anything that you would do for fun, anything that brings joy. And then the 6th house is what are you doing with your time each day? How are you spending your time? Are you spending it in service to others? Are you spending it at work? And also your health can be found here. So these letters here could be affecting those two areas. And you need to speak up about it in some way to take care of yourself. That's your main focus, your main message that's coming through. So this letter here that's coming over your 4th house, which is the letter N. Interesting, because I wanted to say N. I was going to say TN. 10 maybe, I don't know, whatever, TN, but this is definitely a Z, but now we have the N here. So this could be a family issue that's like draining your energy and sapping your joy. But you know, N is going to be important. I guess you can't see that off camera. A person, place, or thing with the letter N is going to be important within the next couple of months when it comes to your home and family. In the 1st house, but really the 12th to 1st house. So this is your blind spot, as well as what's going to affect you personally. And this is all about your emotions. Like, you really need to get your emotions in check, especially because you've got the ice rune coming out over the 9th house. It's saying, like, you need to stop something, put something on hold, put it on ice, put it, put it away for now. It's not going to happen for now. Like, you already know that it isn't going to happen, or something. And then this is a water stone, right? But it's also a throat chakra stone. So again, it's about your emotions. I think it's saying you need to cool your emotions, like cool your jets, put your emotions on ice. You're being too emotional about something, but you also need to speak up, which is so weird. It's like because the 12th house can be where hospitalization takes place, but also imprisonment. Remember, all throughout this, well, actually, no, this was not your group, but you do feel stuck or trapped by something because of all the strings that were coming through. Where did they go? There they are. All of these strings. You feel like someone else is pulling the strings, or I think it's bothering you, and that's one of the reasons that obsidian was coming out. We have the song Hey Look Ma, I Made It. I think that's what the song is. Yep, Hey Look Ma, I Made It by Panic at the Disco, and it's exactly 3:21 p.m. So that's like a countdown, 3, 2, 1. So anyway, you need to cool your emotions, put an idea or a plan on hold, especially if it's travel or school or something. But it's like something comes to a standstill with this particular rune, right? It stops completely, but it's coming out over your 9th house. It could be also the Virgo rules your 9th house, so it could be that maybe you are being really picky or persnickety or paying too much attention to small details or something. Or maybe you need to put a stop to something that's really, really causing you to feel emotional. Maybe that's that's why I'm struggling with it, because I couldn't quite figure it out, but maybe that's what it is. You need to put a stop to something that's really causing you to be in your feels, but it's because you need to speak up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. I hope it resonates. If it does not, please watch for your sun, moon, and rising. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything that you can to help me, because it really does help me, and I thank you very much for watching. Hello, group 3. So you are a part of the short gray starseed family. I was going to call out all of that purple, and look, you've got the lepidolite. It goes right next to it. If you have anxiety, panic attacks, anything like that, I think that might be something that definitely is happening for somebody. Yep, because look, we've got red jasper and dioptase. So, and really this is a pattern for meditation or Reiki, like healing, root chakra, heart, crown. And they want you to use it that way, specifically in that pattern. Whether you're meditating by yourself or you have a trusted Reiki practitioner that you see. Let's see, we have the song. History of Violence, Theory of a Dead Man. So you might want to Google the lyrics to that and see if there's a message there for you. I think there might be. I think there's something about anxiety and the need to feel secure or safe, I should say, coming through with these cards. Like, especially because we've got timid, misunderstood, shy. Let me read what it says in the book about the short grays. You know, there's a couple of starseeds that have not come out yet, which is surprising to me. All right, so there are many varieties of short grays. They originate from the Orion constellation. Zeta reticulum grays are typically around 3 to 4.5 feet in height. The short grays are largely now a hybrid, and some are a cloned species that no longer have access to their soul matrix. The Alpha Draconian own, operate, and oversee these genetic engineering and cloning MyLab programs. The short grays have enormous, haunting, wraparound dark black eyes, which they are able to use while making eye contact with someone to hypnotize them into a trance like the tall grays. Their skin color varies in tones of gray. They do not physically eat, though do acquire nutrients from various sources by absorbing energy through their skin. The 1947 Roswell crash in New Mexico brought short grays' existence to the public's attention. Short grays' mode of interstellar travel is usually disc-like crafts. They have no sex organs and no known emotions. They are purely logical and are incredibly intelligent and telepathic. But maybe also empathic for you, especially with the lepidolite coming out. It is reported they too are a dying species and are desperate to save themselves from extinction. Some short grays have been associated with the abduction and contactee phenomena, which reportedly the short grays experimentally do with methodologies which will hopefully help them access their soul matrix and thereby assist their genetic species. They are largely a slave subservient race that complies under Alpha Draconian rule. The card meaning is timid, misunderstood, shy, marginalized, oppressed, fragile, vulnerable, scapegoat, non-adaptable, innocence, children or child, victim, hypersensitive, devalued, and in the reverse it is empowered, understood, valued, speaking up, and building confidence. There's definitely a need for, like, feeling safe and secure. You know what? Actually, I'm not even going to get any other crystals, only because I feel very strongly these are the crystals. There's already 3 here, is what I'm getting at. And look, you've got garnet on the bottom, but there's already 3 here So we really don't need any more. What we need to know is what you need to do with this energy. Like, why do you need to feel safe? Maybe you're still young. I gotta be really honest. This vulnerable child, victim, well, I don't know about victim, but you know, the vulnerable aspect of the grays is really coming through, especially with the lepidolite. Like, the first thing that caught my attention was the purples and pink here. So I feel like you're very sensitive. And we have the song Foolish by Ashanti, but what I keep hearing is, but my heart can't take no more. So there's something about feeling fear, or wanting to feel safe, I should say, needing to feel safe. I did not mean to do that, but you know what? We're actually going to take... Well, hold on. We might take all of it. Let's see. We've got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. It took me a minute to see exactly what it is. The way that the light is coming through the windows, it's kind of hitting my eye in a weird way. It's putting a glare on things. Look, we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. The King of Pentacles, and these are the two people, they're not seeing eye to eye. They've got their backs to each other, probably because one person is unreliable. Look at, and the other person is like, hello, please, can you please just try it? Like, can you please? Also, with this one being in the reverse, he's got the guitar. It's like their energy is off, their music is off, their music is not complementary to each other. One person is saying, can you please try to see things from my side? The other person is not having it because they're too busy playing their own music or the beat of their own drum. Something about that. Look at, now you've got the Lovers and we've got the Magician. And I do feel like it needs to be read the way that I read it, with this card first leading in, right? This is the way that it... So this is about some sort of relationship, and I think one person feels particularly vulnerable in the relationship. It's also something that you have control over. Absolutely, you have control over this situation, is what they're saying. Maybe this is why you need to feel safe, because of this not seeing eye to eye with someone, and you're like begging them to try and see things from your point of view, and it's like they're just off in their own little world, right? And I think, you know, whoever it is that's over here begging for the other person to see their side, they feel very, very vulnerable. And the other side is vulnerable too, because look at, they're only wearing a pair of pants, no shoes, no shirt. Although this side is completely naked, so this side is more vulnerable than that side. This side is still hiding something or holding something back. Take that however it resonates for your situation. Now we have the Knight of Swords. So this is harsh words, obviously, from their posture. Someone is having to, or maybe this is, the harsh words is the reason that there's this misunderstanding. Remember what I was saying about music, and look at the way that those butterflies and flowers flying up from her mouth, almost as if she's creating music or singing. And then we've got the caduceus here, there's healing. Look at the way he's watching these flowers. So her words are beautiful in some way. I think she's singing or something, but this is the Two of Cups. Like, this is what you want right here. You want this understanding, but this is actually what you have. Look at the difference between the two, the interaction between the two. And you do have control over this situation. We have the song Temporary Home, Carrie Underwood, and it's 3:33 p.m. exactly. interesting. Like, I don't know. I don't think, well, I think I have, I don't know if I have my YouTube set restricted for, like, you can't watch if you're under 18. I don't know if I do or not, but it's like there is this energy of like someone who's probably either preteen or teenage years watching this, or very, if not, like the maturity level. And like maybe you're in your early 20s, but you're still, there's something about your maturity is still kind of in this almost teen. And like you're trying to get someone else to understand your side. Legitimately, you're trying to get someone else to understand your side, and they're just not having it. What you really want is to be able to have your music complementary to each other. You want to be able to sing your song and have someone else dance along to the beat because they understand you completely. But this is what you have. Disappointment and harsh words. And it's interesting that this is the song that's playing is Temporary Home in a Starseed reading. And, you know, I have to be honest, one of the reasons that I was so interested in this particular deck, and one of the reasons that I'm so interested in the starseeds, is because when you read these descriptions where they talk about, you know, starseeds often feel as if they want to go back home, like this is not their home. I so get that. I so get that. Like, I have felt like that my entire life, right? And so this could be the energy that you have with the majority of the people around you. Like, what you really, really want is this here. But what you're actually getting is here, and it has to do with your anxiety, feeling vulnerable, something. You know, you can carry lepidolite, and you can actually rub it in between your fingers because it carries natural lithium, which is, you know, it's one of the reasons that it's such a good stone for anxiety. So if you are someone who suffers from anxiety and panic attacks, you might want to get some that you can carry in your pocket and just use as a worry stone or something. Especially if you have anxiety when it comes to your interactions with other people. Like, maybe that's what I feel like that's what this is saying. Like, you just feel like you don't fit in anywhere. Like, I so understand that. Oh my God, I so understand that. My entire life I always felt like I didn't fit in. That song ODD by Hey Violet. Yeah. That was me growing up. So if that's how you feel, if that resonates for you as well, I think that's what they're saying. But let's get out our very questionable. And you know, I almost hesitate to use this one now because the energy coming through feels like it's less than 18. So if you are less than 18, like, shame on you. You know you're not supposed to be watching this. But you're not going to hold me accountable for these cards that are coming at you right now because they are a little bit racy, and I did warn you plenty of times. So, and if your parents want to get mad at me, I warned you plenty of times. All right, we have the song. Keep your head up, Tupac. Look at, you've got the 9 of discs right there. That's all about independent, confident, successful, wealthy energy. Look at 3 of specimen. Like, this is how you need to present yourself, or like maybe you want to present yourself in situations. This is what you're hoping for. And so that's what this is all about. But actually, let's see what these 2 are. Look at... When I flipped it over, this one was going to come out on the left side, which means you feel like you want this, but you feel trapped. Like you can't, you don't know how to get it. You don't know how to interact socially in order to get it or maintain it or something. I think that's why they're saying keep your head up. Interesting, the 7 of ray guns. Look at, she's got 4 eyes. Double vision. Double vision. Hold on, let me feel this out. Double vision, and then we have the 2 of ray guns directly under that, where she's not even She's not even looking where she's aiming. Hold on. So the Seven of Ray Guns is like the Seven of Swords, which is deceptive energy. I don't really know. Well, maybe the deceptive, okay, actually it is making sense. I feel like the deceptive energy, especially if you feel anxiety in social situations and you're wanting to interact in this way, but it's ending up in this way. It has to do with, that's what the deception is here. But there's something about double vision, like maybe because you look at, I know when I have like anxiety or panic attacks, like sometimes my breathing goes off. I get a little bit like zoned out or dizzy, right? That can happen. And I kind of feel like maybe that's what this double vision is, and this like not really aiming or paying, like maybe that's especially with ray guns being swords energy, this is the words that you're saying. Maybe you're not thinking about the words that you're saying. It's like you're intuitively saying, because you can see her mouth is open here. So even though she's blindfolded, she's still talking. Obviously, she's got the ray guns, but she's also defensive because she's crossed her arms across her chest. And again, like she's not really looking, she's just shooting blindly. So she's just talking out her ass, basically. And I think that's causing a problem, especially look at the expression on all four of those eyes, like you're causing somebody to do a double take, like, what the fuck did she just say? Or maybe if this is not you, this is somebody else's energy, and like you want to take a break from that because now we've got the Four of Swords. Okay, let's move on to the charms to see what you need to be aware of over the next month regarding this energy. Interesting that this F came over here to my obsidian mirror. So obsidian, it's a, was it you that had obsidian? No, it was a different group. So obsidian is a reflective crystal, or a protective crystal, I should say, because it reflects lower vibrational energy away from you and back to its source. That's how it protects you. Maybe you need protection from a person, place, or thing with the letter F. Or maybe you will need protection from them, you know, at least probably 6 months to a year from the time that you watch this. Especially because it's coming in the 12th house, and we do have this double heart. I think this is probably like a love relationship or something. Maybe it's a love relationship that goes sour. Could be with a Sagittarius, but it doesn't have to be. We do have the sun coming out over Scorpio, so there's clarity over a situation with a Scorpio maybe, or at least with a friend. Could be this person here. We do have the song Discovery. I'm actually noticing a couple of things, like this question mark up here with the star that says I love you. We've got, well, hold on. So Discovery by Kayla Morg, it's okay, hold on. So in the very center we have the tourmalated quartz with the Celtic cross. Oh my God. Okay, now we have to go back to this. You need protection from F. Could be a romantic partner or relationship, something or somebody that's in your blind spot. It may not even be anybody that you were actually in a partnership with. Maybe they just have a crush on you or something. But this song is saying, wherever you go, I go. Wherever you go, I follow. And then we have this energy up here with the question mark. Okay, so this is like ninth house energy, being like subconscious. So if you're trying to think, I don't know who could have a crush on me? Who is it that, you know, really wants to get together with me because of this double heart coming over the 12th house, right? And I say that because this particular charm says I love you. It's a star, and it says I love you. So like the star is like eye-catching, right? Hold on. Dang it. I don't know if you can see that or not, if it's focusing or not. Come on. There you go. I love you. So anyway, it's like someone is okay, there's an element of fame attached to the star. Like maybe your wisdom, hold on, maybe there's something about your wisdom is popular, but that's beyond. We need to go to the love thing. There's something about this with the I love you. There's something about your wisdom, your knowledge, something that is bringing you popularity. But I think this is more to, like, if you're trying to figure out who it is that has a crush on you, I don't think you know them. Like, maybe they're different or they're foreign to you. And you're going to have to clear this energy within a couple of months. And you're going to have faith as well with the cross. But then you've got the focus on the good, where it comes, and it's coming over both houses, the 8th and 9th houses. So the 8th house is like death and endings. So maybe this is a relationship that is ending. Maybe you are actually in a relationship with this person over here, this F, right? It is ending, and then it becomes a little bit scary where you need protection, right? Or something where you need to protect yourself regarding this, right? Maybe it's you need to protect yourself regarding a situation that happens after you break up with someone as well. That could be one of the things. But I think you have a secret admirer based on this energy here, as well as this energy here that's talking about be yourself, the peacock. Because like I think you don't see how beautiful you are, or you don't see how like, I don't know, something, especially with this song, Monster by Skillet, where you're saying, I must confess that I feel like a monster. It's like you don't see your own beauty with this upside down here. So I know I'm all over the board, and I keep trying to go back. It's just where I'm being drawn. So for the 1st and 2nd houses, we have the letter W. So that can be a person, place, or thing that's going to affect you personally, or probably even affect your money. Or it will be at least be important to you and your money over the next month. And then we have for the 3rd and 4th houses, the letter B and the desert rose. So there's like, it's like a need to be gentle and calm with this desert rose, especially when you're talking or any communication that happens with family or a person, place, or thing with the letter B attached. And then coming out over the 4th and 5th houses, we have the letter C. So this could be a child with the letter C, or maybe a romantic partner, a creative pursuit, something you like to do for fun, a hobby or something with the letter C attached that I think they're saying they want you to pay attention to that more because of this particular piece of rose quartz. Like nurture that, nurture yourself. So, or nurture, like, so if it's a hobby, nurture your hobby or your creative pursuit. If it's a child, nurture your child. If you're dating, nurture your romantic partner. yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please watch for your sun, moon, or rising. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends. Anything that you can to help me, because it really does help me, and I thank you very much for watching.